What's going on, guys? Hope life is good, hope life is grand, and if it's not, I'm sure this small story will help. We have Huang here in the red playing as the Celts, and then ACCM as the Spanish, by the way. But, man, I swear the universe does not want this game to see YouTube, okay? I don't know what it is. The first time I tried to record this, I was unhappy with my intro, and I restarted it after 4 minutes. The second time, my phone wasn't on silent, and I got a phone call. The third time, I had a stream up on a second monitor, and they hosted somebody, which started the audio on their stream, and then I heard a bunch of noise, and then this final time, my dryer in the hallway went brrr and made this big honk noise, and so this is the next time. Hopefully, there will be no disturbances. If there are, I'm going to continue, if that's okay with you. See, normally, when I used to cast games, I would start off with funky stories, and I don't know why I choose to tell stories, and hopefully you guys are cool with it, but it dawned on me the other day when I watched one of my very old YouTube videos that I used to start off a cast like this. Alright guys, welcome, it's 1v1 Arabia. In the blue, we have ACCM, he's in the southwest of the map, playing as the Spanish. In the red, we have Celts for, and I hope I didn't sound like this, we have Celts for Huang. He's playing on his Celts account. and I'd say he's in the northwest, and talk about the positions, and then I really break down the position of the golds and stones. In fact, every single time, I would say, here's the main gold, here's this gold, here's this gold, and this is what that could mean for the game. Maybe because I cast so frequently, I don't want to do that every single time, but I'm going to do that here, and you guys could give me some feedback on if you enjoy that aspect of it. I think it, like anything in life, depends, right? But, I'll start with Huang. You know, this doesn't seem like the best map for his golds. And even this wood line, too. This wood line's pretty awkward. There's a 7-tile gold, and there's his second and third golds. It's all kind of on one part of the screen. Ultimately, he's going to have to find ways to deal with Spanish, which we can get to in a second. But while the wall potential is here, I still think that's pretty far away from your base. If you think about it from a zoomed-in perspective where players probably play, that's a long way away if something tries to break in the quick wall behind. You look at ACCM's base, and I won't actually touch on Huang's stones right now because it's not too huge for Celts. ACCM, he's got his main gold and his 4-tile gold in the same spot in the very back. This gold, obviously exposed, but won't be a concern until much later in the game. And then his stones are also perfect. And the way the wood lines are set up, how close he is to the edge of the map is just perfect. And he has the Spanish villager bonus where they build faster, right? So he knows Huang's reputation. Huang is very much known for going crazy with militia or just straight up fast castling. And what we're seeing a lot from players now, because Huang's reputation is so known, and they know that militia are going to come forward, they will try and wall really early. And so it actually has turned into Huang not making the militia at all, because by the time he arrives at someone's base, they're already walled. So it's funny how the militia used to work all the time, and now that's not necessarily the case. But again, you know, wall to the edge of the map here. You could wall from, what I would do is I would wall diagonally. Okay, yeah, see, I don't like that wall for whatever reason. I don't think it buys the stone enough space. So I probably would have gone here and then here. But he's going to be full walled in a moment. Huang hasn't even scouted them yet, which is pretty insane. And while I was showing Huang's base and doing the intro to the video, ACCM immediately pushed in 2 deer, and then he just pushed in a 3rd, and he's about to push in a 4th. So all of his deer are going to be pushed into his town center for food. His berries are pretty exposed on the front, but he is going to be walled up nice and tight. Look over at Huang's base. His deer were not pushed, so he's actually going to have to build a mill back here. Something that is fine, but he still is investing villager time to walk there, and 100 wood for the mill. And then also his sheep are back here, and this is super unfortunate. He very well might assume that he's just been lamed at this point. So, ACCM, he's thinking about this. Like, how can he counter Huang? So, the thing about Spanish is 99.9% of the time that they wall up like this, and I do have the stats to back that up. Just ask Spirit of the Law. 99.9% of the time, when a high-level player walls up like this with Spanish, and they have a safe stone, they're going to go to that stone, and they're going to go to Conquistadors. The Conquistadors have amazing attack, amazing mobility, and are one of the most OP units if you can get to them. And that's going to be the potential goal for ACCM. At least it might be a unique unit. I know that MBL in the past has talked about how, well, first off, he hates playing against Huang, as most high-level players do. But he has talked about how Aztecs is his favorite pick against the Rush because of how strong the monks are. And if you get monks with redemption, you can convert the siege and convert the knights and pretty much anything that Huang sends forward, so he can't eat your TC. Maybe Spanish have an option that they could use in this game. And who knows if it'll work. I've never ever seen, yeah, you've already seen the title of the video, who am I kidding? I've never ever seen someone try and use Spanish missionaries to counter the Huang Rush, alright? So I noticed that Huang's eco is definitely worse off. He is going to arrive in Feudal Age first. And you look at his scouting. He sees the walls on both sides. There's not really too much that he can guess or gather from what he sees right now. But when he's in Feudal Age, he'll get a little bit more line of sight. I'm just curious what he can see in the stone. Because you'll notice ACCM has not sent any villagers to stone, which would be the norm for a fast castle conquistador strategy. Yeah, Huang might go back over here and get close just to confirm, or he might just assume at this point, like, yeah, alright, my opponent, he's going for Kong, so I've got to do something about that. Alright, double bit axe and horse collar for Huang. With respect to low elo legends out there, I guess this might be taken as a compliment more than anything. This fast castle build is very low elo legend-like. Because you'll notice he arrived at Feudal Age, doesn't have the resources to build the buildings to go up, and it doesn't have the resources to go up either, so he just decided to get Feudal Age eco upgrades anyways. Which is very unlike Huang, right? He normally skips those upgrades altogether. Oh, this could be huge! If ACCM's able to kill this scout, sneaky, oh no, he doesn't get it, alright, so now there's the scout alive for Huang. Now ACCM's gotta be sweating a little bit, like, what's Huang up to? He was in Feudal Age faster, is he gonna be out here somewhere? You notice he's gone for a blacksmith and a market, and he's sending more to gold. So ACCM is expecting knights, he's expecting eventual siege, and he decides, alright, I'm not going to send villagers to stone and wait for a castle, which is going to take a lot of time. Instead, I'm going to surprise Huang with something that he's never seen before. This is going to be a missionary rush. There is actually an upgrade for Spanish called Inquisition. We may or may not see that here. I'm just going to say it now. Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition. And let's go. Huang's resources are spiking. He is about to click up. Not his best FC time. However, his farms will last a while because he got a horse collar this time. And he's actually going to add an archer range. So actually, his build, for whatever reason, has changed. Maybe he realizes or expects to see the conquistadors. And maybe he's going to think about going skirms. I feel like skirms could be an interesting idea here. Skirms do a lot of damage, actually, against conquistadors. Is a ranged unit, which might be decent versus monks as well. Yep, okay, 110% expecting conquistadors here. Alright, so ACCM has 9 on this safe back gold. Huang is expecting skirmishers. It's pretty sick idea. Now, missionaries are mobile. Missionaries can get decent HP if you get upgrades. Husbandry bloodlines of the stable does affect them. You get Inquisition later. They and monks also convert much faster. Just wondering where ACCM is going to place his monasteries. Hey, he's going to place his monasteries in the back and hide the fact he's doing it. I love it. I love it a lot. I also like the walling from Huang, and also you see how he brought his scout over just to make sure there wasn't a hole. Yep, he's going to play super safe, even using the mill as part of the wall. Found a sheep, nice. So 1 archer range, skirmishers. There's the missionary. Now, they're still 100 gold a pop. They're more mobile, and they have less range than the monks. Like, missionaries, it's a unit I wish we could see more, but it's not a unit that we necessarily should see more, if that makes sense. What? ACCM doesn't even have loom right now. What are you doing, dude? Huang sees the villagers too. Now, this has got to confuse Huang because he doesn't see a castle. He probably doesn't know what's up. He's doing a good job at hiding the fact he's going for skirms. ACCM losing the scout was a pretty big deal. And you have the missionaries here. Now they're so expensive. I don't know why ACCM isn't getting loom right now, guys. He wants to make a siege workshop. He doesn't have loom, ACCM. Well, you only have God now. That was a bad idea, man. What were you thinking? He wasn't expecting skirms, right? He wanted to wall in his villagers, and at least the villager got a kill there. So he definitely... It's so funny to me because ACCM was expecting knights, so he made missionaries. Huang was expecting conquistadors, so he made skirms. Both players were mind-gamed. And wow, those were some fast conversions right there. And also we'll have some healing. ACCM gets 3 conversions on the 5 skirmishers, and now Huang's like, well now what do I do? So, I feel like making Siege Monk is quite good against what Huang's doing, right? And it's not like Huang can deviate from his game plan too much. Might be better to just boom. It's very rare to see Huang on the back foot booming because he is normally the aggressor, but in this game he's actually going to boom, which he's really, really good at. He's adapting. And now Redemption's on the way for ACCM. Alright, so here are the missionaries. Here come villagers to build that siege workshop. Huang is ahead in economy. There's skirmishers and we have missionaries here. Why can't... Guys, I think this is a DE bug. I'm so sorry. Apparently you can't hear missionaries converting? It's a silent conversion. You can't see God, you can't hear God either. It's realistic. Oh man, they're just speaking to the units. Oh my god. This is so lame! I can't hear Jack! What is this? Thanks, DE! Well, with Redemption you can convert buildings, which is really cool. And that's what ACCM was thinking about. I could just make the noise. Voodaloo. 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 I promise I'm only gonna do this till these buildings get converted. Voodaloo. Come on, convert them! Make it stop! Huang has a decision to make. Does he delete these buildings? Or what? Okay, free barracks now for ACCM. Free archer range now for ACCM. Huang really doesn't seem to know what to do against these missionaries. Now, you look back at ACCM's base, he's very much all in, right? The script has been flipped, as they say. And he's the one pressuring with Mangonels. He's got a siege workshop at home, and he's also got that siege workshop forward. Whereas Huang is on 3 TCs trying to boom right now. Will this all-in work? I think one thing that Huang could do, guard tower. That would be sick. He is on stone with this TC, so I'm thinking he might try and build a tower here. Build a tower here. I talked about what's good against the Huang rush. And I said Redemption Monks, but also guard tower is really good. Guard tower with bodkin arrows makes it very difficult to push. And okay, there we go. He's going to build a tower now. We have a 6 missionaries, and this is quickly going to get out of hand here. You have the missionary converting a house now. That's actually going to pop cap Huang if you look at the top left. It's just madness, and Huang, who is normally the one who's dishing out this type of pressure, probably has never faced up against missionaries before, and that's saying something when he's played over 4,000 games now on DE. Alright, so he'll try and place a tower. Now, what ACCM could do is say, oh, you have a vill lead, give me some, please. Give me some of those villagers. And he seems to be focusing well on all 3 town centers, which is quite unique. Alright, so villagers are dying for Huang. The missionaries are super strong. I love how quick they are, right? If they're needed on the right side, they arrive. And then through the power of God, they will go to the left side if need be. I also like how ACCM made 1 monk, so he's a little bit more range, peeking over the buildings there. It still trips me out that we can't hear the conversion sounds, but Huang has... Look, he's pop-capped because his house got converted by the missionary. And he has so many idle villagers. Huang is getting Huanged in a very unique and different way. Celts eat TC? Well, guess what? Spanish eat Celt TC, Huang. It just now has the resources for guard tower. As he loses that town center. And now there will be 5 Mangonels against Huang's town center. It feels like there's no way back for the guy. I think ACCM kind of has Huang's number. Right? Recently. I think ACCM has Huang's number. He's faced him enough times because they always play in the same time zone. Both Vietnamese. They play each other all the time. And I think that ACCM has kind of cracked the nut recently. Get to civilizations that can get redemption. And in this case, get to missionaries. The silent but deadly? Can we say deadly? They're missionaries. The silent but kind but yeah, silent but deadly missionaries. That was so freaking cool, man. Huang had a small raid over here, by the way. But look at ACCM's base. All villagers on gold. Or not all, but most villagers on gold. 2 monastery missionary production. Was 3 near the end there. 2 siege workshop siege production. And he Huanged the Huangster. I thought that was so cool when I saw it. I couldn't believe how easy it looked. Like, Huang smashes people, right? He is a meme, but he's a top-level meme, right? He's damn good at what he does. And the best part about this, though, was not even the missionaries. It was the fact that ACCM expected Huang to go Night Siege, and he tried to sneak that up and lost the villagers, and then Huang was expecting conquistadors. This is what I like about different Civ matchups, and I hope we see more of that in the future. I've been hunting down games. I really like my YouTube content to be spiced up. I don't want it to be more the same. While I do a lot of 1v1s for my YouTube-only content, in fact, mainly 1v1s. Anywho, hope you enjoy. So this is definitely a slightly different direction, but I know some people watching this right now might have cravings for blue coffee. 6 kills for Huang. That is the most kills in the game, but 8 units converted for ACCM. So blue coffee sent me a game, and all I'll say is it's a diplomacy game where the chat is included, so we can see all his diplo, and it is over 10 hours long. And on Sunday, I'm sorry, I'm bad with dates. Oh, the 5th. Sunday the 5th, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 16 or 15, I think that's 16 GMT. Different time zones for all of you guys. I will be casting the entire thing, all right? Fingers crossed that the game doesn't crash. The rest of these statistics are pretty cut and dry if you're wondering here. But if you have interest in stopping by the stream, I'm taking a few days off here so I can relax a little bit and come back recharged. But on Sunday, I'll be doing the entire thing on my stream. And guess what? It'll all be on YouTube after the fact, so you don't need to stress. But I figured since I haven't done this big old announcement yet about that, I'd let you guys know. And I will hope to see you there. That is it for this game. Watch out if Spanish are coming next time, because missionaries seem to be very good in certain situations. And maybe try the strategy on your own and post it in our Discord. I'd like to see your attempt at this. I think missionaries, mangonels, not only can it surprise people, but it can demolish people. I'll see you next time, YouTube.